Feels I got second guessing every shot. I won't lie, no I won't lie. I'm free but now I'm lost. Freedom comes at a cost. I won't lie, not this time. It's better if I let you go. You'll be better off. Ain't nothing we haven't tried. I'll sing you one last goodbye, and I won't think twice. So, ready or not, I'll go. I'm setting you free for sure right now. Don't ask me how.
Thought I had her in a elusive grip, that I'd take my time. She keeps calling and she just won't quit, and we all know why. Screws tried to lure me right into an affidavit. Remind me as I'm falling and I'm out of time. I'm caught up in your tongue, they say. You claim that you love me, but it's just another play. I'm stuck inside your room all day. You say it's for my safety, but I'm just one of your prey. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She has the time to decide how she's gonna kill you. You can keep running, keep your eyes wide open, but you never see it coming, no use. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. Hidden kisses always felt so sweet that they left me blind. Making promises we just can't keep, and it felt so right. Screws tried to lure me right into an affidavit. Remind me as I'm falling and I'm out of time. I'm caught up in your tongue, they say. You claim that you love me, but it's just another play. I'm stuck inside your room all day. You say it's for my safety, but I'm just one of your prey. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She has the time to decide how she's gonna kill you. You can keep running, keep your eyes wide open, but you never see it coming, no use. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting
this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant, broadcasting from the Boise State Esports Arena. It's time to crown our first champion of the spring season. The Wolves are locked up into the grand finals, so who will join them? The Tigers and Sharks face off on Pearl for the last spot. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer. Joining me to call all the action is Artemis Rain. And Artie, our first match is going to be the Tigers versus the Sharks. And what are you thinking overall between these two teams? Can you tell us a little bit about these two teams that we have before us?
Honestly, I think apologies, I might have been a little quiet. I think it's really going to come down to smart positioning at the beginning of fights and getting intel out from both these teams. And though also additionally, all of you, I know for a fact, are still guilty of weapon inspecting at the wrong times and making sure that they're rotating back when they're looking to use utility, and on early engages backing off so that they can wait for their team to take a full engage rather than trying to ego a 1v3 and their team going down one very early on.
Well, let's take a look at the teams competing here tonight. As I said, it was Tigers and Sharks that are going to be in our first match, and they are going to be moving on to face whoever wins that will face the Wolves in our grand final. So for all those teams competing today, if they want to play at their best, we have some advice for them in the form of Doc's keys to the game in Valorant. Those keys are going to be to flank efficiently, check your angles, count cards and call abilities, and of course, click heads. Doc's keys to the game brought to you by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched up with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. So now we're ready for the first match of the night, Tigers versus Sharks. And they are going to be playing really different play styles is what I'm told, because the Tigers, they say they have kind of a lot of strong flank players that love to kind of catch other players out, whereas the Sharks are saying they like to all move in a group. So it's like, it's not necessarily like the Sharks are saying they're going to have players spread out where they can be prone to flanking. They're all going to move as a unit.
Yeah, I think we should probably swap the team names in that instance, because Sharks don't hunt in packs. That's just my own personal opinion on this. But I do think it'll be interesting to see if those flanks actually come to fruition, considering that the Shark squad like to rotate as a unit and work together. So we'll have to see what happens in that regard and if those flanks get shut down very early, because if you're aware that the Sharks are going to all be together, flanking may not be as effective.
Well, it certainly seems like they're going to have a home field advantage in terms of the stage they're playing on. Pearl is the first choice for this semifinals. Whoever wins this will move on to the grand finals. Tigers and Sharks have been matching each other shot for shot. In fact, overall in this tournament, it really is hard to say who has the upper hand. Both these teams are both entering into the arena, and we seem to have some pretty different choices in terms of agents.
Yeah, for the Tigers, we're coming out. This has been a while since we've seen one, but we've got a Yoru, of course, KJ, and then a Jet, Astra, and the Fade rounding out that roster. And then we're going to have Astra, Viper, Chamber, KO, and Raze rounding out the roster for the Sharks. And the Suppress comes out on a Happy. They're going to get slotted out, immediately deleted, as does Dark.
Planting's going to go down from the Sharks.
Spike planted.
Now Tigers, Secret's trying to peek out on a side angle. Cass is going to flash him in response. Sharks staying mostly as a unit as we expected them to, and as we expected the Tigers, we see Avian trying to get this flank. Can he put some heads with this Ghost? He is going to be able to get one, but it's only going to be one.
Still in a 2v4 situation. Never mind. I cast her cursed out the gate. Redskin is the last one standing for the Tigers right now, and the attackers will round it out after Redskin ends up getting popped on site.
Spike credits are gonna go over to the Sharks, and we'll see what the choices are for their second round. What they want to bonus with exactly. We've seen a few Guardians be bought. A few players are actually just going straight for the Vandal.
It's a strategy that we've seen in more of the professional ranked Valorant play, something that I have wanted to see more frequently here for Esports Tower, which is semi-full buying, and you have two people that end up picking up the full ARs and then either Stinger, Spectres, or Guardians for the other people in the group. and you basically go with a 2-2 strat, and if someone drops one of those full ARs, the second person's supposed to pick it up.
Grenade gonna be thrown back out onto Hall. Avian repositioning in the face of that. Throws out the decoy. It is shot, and the line is gonna go out from it. He peeks around the corner, picks up one. Moves on back, throws out a portal, maybe just for a fake teleport. Tigers are hurting for health, however. Two of their players are below half, where the Sharks are mostly full. Rezkin's gonna fall. It's the Monkey, and then Crunchwrap Supreme is the next to pick one up. That should clear things up for a plant.
And attackers win, only losing one, and I believe their weapon should be A-OK. We did also have that Marshall pick, which worked out just fine. It's a very cheap weapon, so even if the Chamber decides to just yeet that one off the map and pick up a different weapon at the start of this round, it's completely fine. I think the slow play for the Tigers here is being their own Achilles heel, trying to set people up to come through mid and get on flanks. It's just not going to work when an entire offensive wall is attacking those that are left on point.
Off we go.
Toxins going up.
Wall's going to be thrown up. It seems like Sharks are really wanting to focus on A for the time being. They're going to have to go through a whole lot of KJ util. In fact, they walk right into the swarm grenade. Dark is the first to take out Sunny Lee. And the spike is down on the point.
We have Rezkin walking around, coming in through A main, looking for an opportunity to flank. It was basically called out. Rezkin will find one, but then they get the trade because Monkey clicked their head shortly thereafter.
One enemy remaining.
Dark eliminates Monkey mode, and now there's just one left for the Sharks. He is hiding out in the corner. Doesn't necessarily even want to peek this. It would have to be a whole lot of time for him to save, so he might just try to find who would take a reckless peek.
Thirty seconds left.
Huge jump peek's going to be thrown out, a bit of util from the base. And Avian is going to quite effortlessly take out Cats. So our standard 2-1 opening. Now everyone should have full rifles, and we'll get down to business.
Time out.
Happy is going to be the lone wolf over on, or the lone tiger, I should say, over on A site. We will have the Astra and Jet lingering through mid. Astra is looking like they're going to probably take an early engage, possibly up through Art if anyone decides to pressure into that area. However, it looks like we have a split push going towards B site and through mid with a Viper hanging near mid as well.
Here.
A little bit of fire exchanged in mid. Nade's going to be, paint shell's going to be thrown through.
Satchel out.
Oracles also gets a headshot onto Rezkin. And a decoy is going to be thrown out onto B long. Might look like it's going to keep the Sharks at bay too much. In fact, they take out Dark. Showstopper going to be brought out by their Rays. Blind around the corner. Avian is trading one-for-one with Crunchwrap. Now there's just secrets left for Tigers.
I'll find you.
They drop the haunt, doesn't find anyone. They will manage to pick up one, but then Crunchwrap closes the door on secrets, and that's another round over towards the Sharks.
Keep kicking them down.
Perfect crosshair placement. We're just near perfect, and the adjustment is great. It's caught out by the spray on the Vandal in that last replay, but overall, Sharks have been looking pretty consistent. They now have the Astral online. Yoru's going to have his mask available. And This is the one time we're seeing from the Sharks that they're actually splitting up a little bit. They're going 2 toward B and 3 toward A. So it might just be a fake toward A, since after this fire's exchanged in mid, it might be enough for the Sharks to group up with the rest of their team.
Much slower engage coming out from the Sharks than what we've fully seen in the past. However, everyone from the Tigers is still dwindling over here towards A. I think they finally realized they need to start rotating. Astra's the only one who's there first on the B site, followed up shortly there by Secret on the fade, who's going to be on the high ground. And we have the Cosmic Wall come down. That's going to make retaking here for the defense extremely difficult.
Secrets is hanging up on tower, trying to find the right route, but everything is just so caught. Everything is just so awkward as long as his wall is still up. Yoru's going to go in with his mask. He's going to get a lot of free vision. Should get the info. The rest of the Sharks. Oh, he has to come out. He blinds and takes out the chamber, but Taps is right there. Stop him. And everything Avian's tried on this Yoru has only at best gotten just a 1-for-1 trade.
There's a reason why we don't see Yoru quite frequently, and this is one of them. I mean, honestly, Yoru's ultimate is extremely powerful in certain situations, and I think its most powerful one is intel gathering or trying to counter a Viper ultimate. Unfortunately, the Viper has not popped ult, and I think Sunil Lee's still a little bit off from it. They probably will get it this round. We'll have to wait and see.
Not ready.
But yeah, we already lost the counter to that one. So Tigers, best of luck to you on this next defensive round.
He's waiting with the knives, but immediately has his presence detected. Taken out from his point, suppressed, so the knives go away for now. Now going to regain his vantage point, but everything is a bit of a guessing game with all this Astra smoke going on. A few knives thrown out. Once again, another smoke in the choke point. Purple's trying to peek around, has gotten all the knives out from Rezkin. With only his classic left, he falls.
Avian's gonna pop a flash and try to round this corner, but Sunil Lee hanging out inside Art. It's going to take down Avian before he can do anything, unfortunately, for his team. And now Tigers are down to just 3 members left standing.
Placing sentry. Bring them down.
Last player standing.
And a nice 4-on-1. They're just kind of waiting for the Tigers to peek out just one at a time. And Sharks are just letting the pure person advantage overwhelm them.
And we do have a timeout called as well by Rezkin, probably to get the Tigers to figure out an alternative plan of attack to deal with the Sharks that are moving as a unit, which does not play into the playstyle well of the Tigers.
Now, the Tigers do have great players. I mean, Rezkin, obviously, an Esports Tower staple, but we've also had Avian, who had a 40-kill game last week as well. So the Tigers definitely can pop off and bring things back, but I think just the way that the Sharks are just so cohesive is really putting a dent in any ability for one person to pop off, because no matter how good you are, can't necessarily win a 4-on-1.
No, and perhaps maybe all stacking one site or one location, so to speak, like dwindling all near mid, looking for intel and playing the retake game might be what the Tigers should look for here. Just these unfortunate 1v2 engages that we see happening quite frequently here are being the Achilles heel currently for the Tiger squad.
You want to play? Let's play.
And do not peek belong.
Rezkin gets the first pick in Sunny Lee. Intro's going to be thrown out in response.
What did I say?
Oh, man. He was waiting. That tour de force is going to even things up, but the Sharks in a lead. So now they're down again thanks to Avian and Rezkin.
One enemy remaining.
And there's the pop-off we were talking about.
Yes, Avian did a great job, played played time heavily there, but truly, I don't understand why we might see it here. No, we're gonna watch. Yes, here it is. Why you would peek B main, knowing there's a tour de force pulled out, without a flash, by yourself. Riddle me this, Batman.
It's a mystery wrapped in an enigma. For right now, Sharks still, even with that loss, maintain a pretty solid lead. 3 rounds.
Here. Time to jump.
Vivian's going to start things off by throwing some util into mid. Sharks seem pretty well coalesced around A main. Dark gets a pick onto Crunch Route. Redskit also hanging out on a high angle.
Recalling my bot.
Sunny Lee is hanging out in the Viper's pit. Making some stuff happen. Gets a 2-for-1 trade.
I think this Viper is marked currently by that knife ball.
Bring them down.
No, it was someone else that was marked.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Find you.
This whole thing just gives me anxiety. I don't like Viper's Pits. They turn this game way heavier into a jump scare situation. It looks like it actually is down. Spike is not planted by Suni Lee, and I think Suni Lee is aware that as soon as they go for this plant, their head is going to be in someone's crosshairs. They got to play this right. Possibly go for a fake.
Bring them down.
30 seconds left.
Prowler is going to hit Sunny Lee. Haunt is also burned. He's faking the plant. Ooh, he's actually going to let him have it.
Planted.
So at least the credit situation moves.
Pros stick it.
And is now just waiting for secrets. Stays out of range of that Haunt. Ultimately repositioning around Flowers. Oh, oh, I thought he was going to get caught this util, and he does. That's enough damage he takes.
Oh, the post plant.
Come on. Please.
Oh, man. Just a few seconds short. Oh, maybe? Oh my gosh. I really did not think Secrets was going to manage to get that defuse. I thought there was not enough time left.
Great effort from Suni Lee, though. He was down 4-1, I think, and almost managed to take the entire round. With some great play on that Viper's Pit, but I think now that Rezkin is kind of getting set up in some more effective angles, he's really taking picks off of the Sharks when he needs to. That's going to lead the Sharks to, I think I saw on the scoreboard, the first round where they're going to have to settle for less than a full buy with a few small shields.
I think patience needs to be the name of the game for the Tigers here. Truly just surrounding the Sharks, knowing when they're coming in.
Toxins going up.
You are divided.
There is that offensive cosmic divide again. Oh, yes, and this is a very difficult wall to deal with and cope with if you were on the defense.
Fire in the hole. Blocking sight.
Rezkin is caught up in the trademark, making it harder for him to peek out effectively from that angle. It also gives off his location. But he is able to take out Cats. Trying to go through that Astro Wall. Doesn't quite work out for the Sharks, and Tigers are staging a rally back.
One enemy remaining.
Dark goes for the defuse. Suni Lee is the only one left standing. Not really much you can do in that situation, and Tigers now only one off from equalizing here. Yeah, it's a real important corner there, Cats. You tell him. Looking at where
now.
all of the Sharks are stacked up currently, it looks like it's going to be a rush on the A site, but we're going to have a Viper just to make some
Placing
noise over
swarm
near
grenade.
B, possibly.
Placing swarm grenade.
Yeah, I think Sunny Lee is playing for this flank to come out from B-side over towards Art from the Tigers, and is just playing it and waiting patiently. But no one is engaging here on A-side. There is an Astra who's trapped over on coastline. You can see them on our minimap, waiting for their fade to come in, begging for secrets to come do some pre-fire to make sure that they can both get damage out. Avian has used their ultimate to get some intel. They definitely know where Crunchwrap is at. Crunchwrap goes down. I think that was a bit of a misplay from the side of
Player
Avian.
standing.
Well, Cats gets a collateral, turns into a triple.
Sentry.
This lockdown might help out, but Sharks just, oh, this KO is daring. He's gonna wind up detained, but even with the detained, there isn't enough time.
Yeah, not enough time, and I think that means Cats might have to sacrifice themselves, as does Happy. Unfortunate, but all is not lost yet for the Tigers. They can get 2 rounds back-to-back here, and equalize this going into halftime. I mean, nonetheless, finishing out the first round on defense with 4 is fine. It's not the best score you want on Pearl, but it's still definitely doable, and you can manage it.
There.
A lot of util on B, trying to set up a potential plan for the Sharks. They have 2 rounds left in this first half to make their plan.
Ooh. It's fire exchange. Crunchwrap was caught mid-plant. Takes down Secrets. Cats is trying to come in to defend off Rezkin here with a little bit of help from Monkey.
One
There's just
enemy
2
remaining.
left standing. 1 left standing for the Tigers. Sharks find that plant, and down goes Happy.
Last round before the switch.
And with the last round, we'll see the final purchases be brought out. If any team wants to kind of go for an off-meta pick, sometimes in these last rounds before the half, we maybe see an Op or an Odin be brought out just to see what overall happens, but it seems like it's going to be fairly standard rifles for Sharks, whereas Tigers are going to be forced onto an eco round. Avian has gotten the Marshall, though, so... And is able to get a wallbang headshot onto Monkey.
Also got that raise. Being possibly sub half health at this point.
Moves up to the high ground. It's taken out by Secrets. Viper's Pit brought out by Sharks. Cats is also going to have to be aware of Avian, who's going to be trying to flank through B. I think all of them are now moving to their close plans. B eliminates Avian.
You are divided.
Viper Wall also is going to make Rezkin's job a bit tougher.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Oh, Sight just right-clicks Sunny Lee.
Blocking sight.
That now leaves him with on a 2-1. He gets detected and taken out by Caps.
Switching sides.
So going into the second half seems pretty much in favor of the Sharks. Comfortable 8-4 lead. We'll see how they transition on to defense.
Four leads can be lost very easily on this map, but typically you do find that this map tends to favor the defensive side a bit more, but unfortunately for the Tigers, it was not in their cards. I mean, you're using
Destroy them again.
the double duelist that they have lined up might be the ace in the hole here for them on offense.
Knife deployed. 2 suppressed.
He's going to get a 2 suppress on that knife. Smoke's being thrown out onto A to try to clear it out. Tigers have gotten the plant. Redskins gets the first pick on the monkey.
Don't get it.
Avian also
Got it.
holding down Secret. But Oracles can make some plays himself. He takes out Avian, but then Secrets takes him out.
One enemy remaining.
There's just one left. Sunny Lee
Aw, thought to try
manages to
harder.
trade 1-for-1. Not the worst in a 4-on-1 situation. Now Tigers will have the opportunity to
Race
purchase
into
some
the
bonus.
spike sites.
I am hoping to see the hybrid buy style coming out here for the bonus round. Oh, we've got a Marshall, looks like a Bulldog. Yeah, pretty standard. Except for the Bulldog pick, it's a little bit more of a heftier buy in comparison to the rest of the group.
Toxins going up.
Satchel out.
Sharks, what are you cooking? Full flank? What are you doing?
Blocking vision.
Might try to outflank the Tigers at their own game.
Oh my gosh, this is devious. But I think this is a little bit of a risky play considering what weaponry they had. But Secret so far gets a 3-piece combo. They go down. It's just 2 left standing for the Sharks. Happy still alive, but they are at sub 20 health. They go down. 3 left standing for the Tigers. It is just going to be the KO with a small sliver of health left standing, and they go down to the wallbang from Dark. Yikers. Maybe let's not do a full flank
The dimension
rotation.
of fabric.
They all had classics, so
fair.
they were trying something a bit more unorthodox. I mean, I get that. I think this next round, definitely, with the Sharks going for the full save, they'll have their ARs now. It looks like they're going for the more just kind of standard setup locations, spreading everyone out. 1 to cover mid, 2 to cover A, 2 to cover B. See how well that works out for them. As Tigers now move into their bonus. Dark slowly moving up through Plaza. Trying to place a
Need
smoke
that
down. Gets pulled back almost immediately. Avian moving
Here.
through main.
Cutting through.
Throws out a portal. He's going to head a long way into the back line. It's kind of a waiting game at this point to see if he does a fake proc of it or if he really wants to try to take that big of a teleport. It's rather risky if he does. He does go for the teleport and now is moving back onto point. The audio cue is going to tip off Monkey.
Spike planted.
Ooh, he sees him, but only manages to get 1 shot. Shoulder, it looks like. Trade 1-for-1. Not down to 4 apiece, although Fury's taking a whole lot of damage. Sunny Lee gets a headshot onto Secrets. That's going to help clear out. Possible flank route in this. Yoru, though, is on the long flank himself.
Avian is a 25 health zone. In those situations, you kind of want to stick with someone not so much
Player
to
standing.
survive longer, but to play the I'm your shield type of gameplay. But unfortunately, Tigers lose everyone, and defenders get a round win that brings the Sharks up to a 9 scoreline.
That's exactly what happened. He spent so much time dedicating to this long flank that it made kind of guarantee that the Sharks were able to just take on the Tigers one at a time.
Here.
Tigers are going to
Here.
try to full buy, but Rezkin catches himself with half shields. Similar situation for Corkles, although Corkles could buy full shields if he wants to.
It's
but
Corkles.
Yeah, that's true.
We just need to clarify this now. Corkles have a habit of just buying light shields.
Time to jump.
Pretty concerted push onto B main. Only their Astra's going out into Plaza. Gonna meet. Oh, Crunchwrap.
My ult's ready.
Crunchwrap only managed to get a few body shots on him. Takes Stark to 72.
Jet's grounded.
Nice peek by Corkles. Taking out one of the top fraggers. Oh, that is some sick spray transfer. Corkles is on a roll. Throws out the showstopper.
Enemy remaining.
Gets dark and has a chance now at an ace.
Who's next?
Yeah, so, Sharks, I have questions that we didn't have a single person watching Spike, but okay. I guess we did anticipate the Spike to be grabbed once Yoru entered that ultimate and was gonna full rotate over towards the other site, but Cats, I get it. In higher comp play, you don't really care about the ace steal, but Oracles, I'm sorry, you got your ace sniped away from you.
This was some insane play by Corkles, the way he was ducking and weaving. Gets a great peek around one, and his crosshair placement allows him to take out Happy. Happy tries to jump away. He also spent the showstopper. Probably didn't need to in that situation. But hey, I get it. You know, when you're on a roll, you want to just keep going.
And it did force the Astra out, so I mean, it's not all bad. Ooh, okay, Avian, I see you on your reduction arc. Secrets is gonna go down, Dark goes down as well. Tiger's down to just 3 left standing. Sharks, again, they are 2 off of match point here, and Tigers are still sitting at six rounds in their favor. So down 2 this early is a little bit of a sticky situation.
Again, we see this Yuri also all off by himself. He's gonna teleport out. Monkey Mode tries to get him, but Him gets blinded. Yoru is at half health. Looking around, but ultimately can't get the headshot with his Sheriff.
Satchel out.
This is such a split push. The Yoru's gonna be heading out a lot faster than Happy. Gives him the opportunity to be caught out. Happy now trying to move back toward point.
30 seconds left.
Oh. Avian gets his triple.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, that's a beautiful wall bang.
Oh!
And the molly on top.
Devious, Cats. Beautiful, but still devious.
And you saw that the Tigers were basically insisted to Sheriffs at best for that round. So that means this next round, Tigers spending their second timeout. They've kind of been the only ones to spend timeout so far this game. But now you would think if they kind of saved with all those handguns, this next round is going to be the last they can to get sort of any rifle purchases. And if they lose this round, they're at match point with not a lot of credits left.
So I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think if not everyone on their team can afford a full buy, they need to save. Completely save and just anticipate chronically playing up against it being match point, because at least at match point, they'll be able to full buy. If they don't full buy this round, well, if they do full buy this round, but not everyone can, then they're going to end up in a situation where their economy is not going to be equal going into match point, and they're going to have to be playing this half buy, full buy game for the rest of the series no matter what, if it continues past that. Let me be your financial advisor in this instance.
See if they take your advice, or if they can, in fact, afford a full purchase. Oh, but the op is brought out. Look at the nerves of steel by Corporal. Wait so long to take that first shot. Not getting dissuaded by any sort of jump peaks.
Face your fear!
Nightfall going to be brought out, but Corkles has Reskin's number. Sniped out.
One less.
Ooh, monkey.
Spike planted.
Yikes.
One enemy
And
remaining.
that's should probably just about do it. Looks like that was indeed a full buy for the Sharks. So, I mean, they have 1 round left, but I was going to say this gun disadvantage, I was just thinking that was a scenario where the Sharks all had rifles, but now they've got an up as well.
Yeah, and it's, I'm gonna be real. If it was gonna be an out buy, I didn't
Match point.
anticipate it being coming from the Raze player. But I mean, Duelist, you can get away with using an op, especially like, I think we had to double blast. No, Raze just completely ran around and came up to the high ground. I thought there was gonna be a blast pack used to get to their high ground to make it faster, but Sharks are just playing this very patiently, like true, just calm predators in these situations. It's horrifying, and I love seeing it.
Boom! Corkles just calls out the Tigers on their strategy. You're not going to be able to rush A main.
Who's next?
Battle out.
Spike down
More.
A. One
That's
enemy
Sunny
remaining.
Lee,
You should run.
and the Killjoy's going to be placed down. Last minute attempt, but
I mean,
getting
you got
focused
the
down.
odds.
And that's going to do it.
Defenders
Sharks
win.
win that handily, 13-6. Well, you know, going at it alone can only get you so far. Ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills, and we saw that in that last game. You know, you can have great duelists that can really flank, but if you're not moving as a team and playing as a team, ultimately it's not going to work out in your favor. You can see how talented players like the Sharks and, the players like the Sharks and the Tigers are. So if you want to find out about how you can level up your teaming skills, then go to Esports Tower Clubs and check them out. They're the fast track to rank up. All right, so that's the first game in the books. We now know who's going to be facing in the finals. It's going to be the Wolves and the Sharks. So we'll take a break, be back with the second game of the night, and we'll see who takes home the championship for the Spring Rumble after this.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Home is where you hang your hat, snuggle up, hide out. Home is when you're with the ones you love. It isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. At Idaho Central Credit Union, our home is Idaho. We grew up here, and we're proud to help more Idahoans with their home loan than any other financial institution. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe home is where you make it. Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.
Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant, broadcasting from Boise State Esports Arena. We are ready for the Wolves and Sharks to face off in the grand finals and see who is going to be the first Spring 2023 champion. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer, joined by Artemis Rain, calling all of the action for you. And Artie, I have some great news that I'm sure you're going to love. We're going to Lotus.
I really don't like Lotus. Hear me out, okay? There are doors that, upon launch of Lotus, were the loudest thing in the game I'd ever heard. And you'd be like standing on the opposite site and hear a door go off. And then you'd be like, oh, they're not here. They're over by you. And people would be like, how'd you know? And it's like, audio cues, friends. They did turn it down, but those doors are egregiously loud still, in my opinion, for a game that heavily relies on audio cues. So devs, if you ever see me talking about this map, please hear me out. Make the doors quieter.
Well, while we wait to hear an update on the quiet doors situation, we want to take a moment to congratulate all the members of the Esports Tower Club members who have graduated from their clubs and been offered scholarships across the country. Over the last year, Esports Tower Club members have received over $4.5 million in scholarship awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but also academically, and have earned these scholarship opportunities. We could not be more excited and proud to see all the opportunities these players are getting. So now we're ready to head on to the next match, and before these players get into the fray, we'll just offer them Doc's keys to the game one more time in Valorant. That's going to be to flank efficiently, check your angles, count cards and call abilities, and click heads. Brought to you by Esports Tower. Score Pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched up with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. It's grand finals time. Sharks and Wolves facing off for the title. We'll get a view at the stage Lotus, which, no matter your opinions on it, is very nice to look at.
It is gorgeous.
And also, we'll give a time to shout out the Gauntlet Games are for March at Akron University, March 24th. So scan the QR code right now to sign up for either Rocket League or Fortnite. You've only got 4 days left, so make sure that you find out all you can on how to compete in that great event.
Hey, Akron, do you need a Rocket League caster?
Subtle hint.
Subtle self-plug.
Very, very subtle. Well, hopefully whoever is trying to plant the spike can be just as subtle in getting to one of the actual points. That is, if defense doesn't catch them out first. We're going to be seeing a Cypher being brought out on one of the teams.
Okay, so we definitely know that our defensive squad right now, that is the Wolves. Offense currently is the Sharks with that Cypher. Kinetic, jiggle peeking around a corner. Yikes! That was... We won't talk about it, Kinetic.
Throws out the paint shells. Gonna force back a lot of territory. Jake's ready, gets the headshot. Jabe, gets headshotted by Corkles, who is doing work on this frenzy. Could even be a flawless to open things up for the Sharks.
I mean, I talked about this, I believe, the last time we were on Lotus, that pushing B, especially during these pistol rounds, can be extremely strong. And running in with a frenzy, I'm all for it. The frenzy is extremely powerful, especially if you're horrible at aiming like me, which these players aren't. Frenzy is great. And it looks like the Sharks are going to go with, I think that's 2 Vandals, a Marshal, a Spectre, and possibly a Guardian.
It's not quite the 2 AR loadouts that you were talking about, but still a wide range of weapons, and a whole lot of util is going to be thrown out onto A, as is a very standard opening on Lotus.
Dump everything and run. And it looks like it's going to be a full rotation, excluding the Brimstone, who's staying near the A entrance point to make sure that no one can just push and flank their team. Cats picks up 1. It also is going to make people think that they're still going to try and slow push over here on A, and the spike gets planted, and now they're like, oh no, where did we go wrong? And Cats, unfortunately, will go down to Kinetics Classic, but Cats did pick someone up earlier, so it's a fine trade.
Yeah, considering the fact it was just his job to mislead, and trading 1 for 1 is just icing on the cake. Oh, look at Corkles hiding out, gets the location revealed. Fear walks right into the tripwire. Corkles takes him out and Kinetic as well. A flick over, gets a triple. Now just one left for the Wolves.
There. This Killjoy here, I could use some repairs.
The flick with the Marshall doesn't even scope in, undeterred, unscared by the possible headhunter coming out. That was beautiful. That was tragic. I'd also like to make a request, Esports Tower. I think we got to update that shark logo. It's too cute for how vicious these players are.
Well, the Sharks, here's the interesting thing, is they were in a similar situation last game as well. I'll let you in on that situation that they were in right after this match, because some things are going down right now. A pretty hefty charge on toward A. Corkles is slowly moving around. Gets caught out by the trademark. Mode is still able to eliminate Kinetic, but Jabe with the Phantom tears through. See, this is why.
Enemy remaining.
This is why.
Spike down A.
I thought he was going to get an ace, but this is why there are some opportunities where the Phantom works out pretty well.
And I'm a fellow Phantom enjoyer, so I'm here for it.
Oh! Well, I mean, for a bonus round, that's not too bad for the Sharks.
Not at all, but holy cow, Jabe! You popped off. Even though you died, you still are going to have plenty of economy and credits to buy what you need for this round, most definitely. And I think your team's credits are looking nice because of the work you just put in.
Boom, and almost. He just wasn't firing around the corner. Could have gotten an ace. Next push going through. Oh, fighting around mound on C.
Spike down.
It's mostly going to go in favor of the Wolves.
Pretty sure Monkey just saw that trademark get put out, right?
Most likely, but the trademark has caught a lot of players off guard. Kekkonen hanging out on C, trying to wait until Monkey maybe takes the initial peek through. Is going to see him. One shot. Everyone knows now that the push is going to proceed. Monkey Boat still manages to find a pick onto the rest of the team. Can he take out Kekkonen or Fear? Fire being exchanged. A blind onto Fear. And Cats wins the duel with Kekkonen. Only one left.
Theoretically speaking, we saw the trademark get dropped earlier. We knew where Jabe was. Monkey is, I don't even want to know how low. I think probably with 1 or 2 health. That is it. And so Cats has to be the one to be up front here. 2 health. Oh my gosh. Trying to clear all the angles. It does a fake on Spike. Gonna force out util, but they know that they don't have to push in. They get to play time here. That's a lot of util.
No one beats me. No one.
I think everyone makes out. Oh, Cats just barely doesn't survive. I mean, someone had to stop the defuse, and it wasn't gonna be able. Truly, I don't think KO Monkey Mode was going to be able to get the defuse stop, because one shot and he was done for.
I'm still surprised Monkey Mode even managed to survive that long. I mean, so many shots went on to him.
2 health.
Lord of Force immediately makes itself known on A.
Fire in the hole!
It's going to be answered back with a showstopper. Corkles saying, no, we are not going to stop this push. No matter how much you want us to stop it. Oh, he misses the shot. Corkles throws the paint shells out. Wolves having trouble getting out. This boom shot's gonna go around. All three of them are focused onto Corporals. Jade finally finds his first shot on the third force. There's another.
Last player standing.
Crunchwrap Supreme manages to outflank the Wolves and put the Sharks up 4-1. So, I was talking a little bit about a previous play pattern that I was teasing a few rounds ago. Now I'm going to talk about it because the Sharks, they're off to a great opening. But that was also the case last week when they were playing against the Wolves. The Sharks' real problem is trying to find wins in the final few rounds. Last time the Sharks faced off against the Wolves in the final 17 rounds of the game, they lost 13 of them. So they can start fast, but they need to find a way to keep that momentum going.
Sounds an awful lot like some football and basketball teams that I know of, both in my hometown and where I currently go to school. No shade being.
Oh! There's Fury. Going to be a bit more difficult to dodge in all those narrow hallways, but Crunchwrap Supreme.
Take flight.
Gonna go try to get in Keegan's face. Owl Drone used in response. Still trying to back them up. The plant goes down onto B.
Planted.
Jabe with the op into B side still finds Sumi lead. We have Crunchwrap go down, we have Fear go down. Now Sharks only have no one left standing. Defuse goes in favor of the Wolves unless they somehow magically mess this up, which I doubt they will. This is a caster curse I'm fine not actually having happen, and I'm fine voicing it because I knew there was really no possibility it would happen.
Sharks have won enough rounds, though, that this should be able to be a reset for them. Wolves have to be cognizant, though, of Jabe on that op, and seems like Jabe really wanted to op this round because after the tour de force didn't work, he's still going all in, buying the op. In fact, I think I also see a Bulldog from one of the Sharks, so this is not a full purchase. It's actually Fear also who has the Bulldog. Oh, that's a risky. I tried to tell him. Well, they do manage to dislodge Jabe. They have to pay 2 for it, however.
They're gonna drop Astro Wall as well. Suni Lee is at a sliver of health.
Watch them run.
Run away, Kinetic. Run away. I noticed a little bit of anxiety in Kekonen's aim there. That back and forth spray, not prepared for that engage, was unfortunate. We're equal as far as agent power goes right now, but unfortunately one of the agents for the Sharks is once again sitting at 2 health. They go down. Kinetic finds 2. The Monkey and Sweet Lee will go down.
Fear is going to get the defuse. That's a very crucial win for the Wolves. I think the Sharks now definitely are going to have to eco. Considering the fact the Wolves couldn't pull by, it's just they fell a little bit too weak to Jabe. They just peeked out around A and played right into his hands.
You know, there was a days of old where we had a genuine Doc Ski just dedicated to, like, you know, not ego peeking and op. I think we need to bring it back.
Probably.
Wait, Fear, are you going to drop the orbital strike out the gate? No heckin' way. Fear has it procced. They're waiting.
Enemy pack.
Oracle's hanging back on A, but he's mostly a diversion, especially since Jabe's still opping A. Sharks seem to know that and want to press more on towards C. We're going to have to deal with 2, but there's a lot of smoke down there. Ooh, they managed to get Conan. Kinetic is still hanging out there, so it's a 1-for-1 trade.
Blinding.
Crunchwrap goes.
Cover going out.
Ooh. here? What are you up to? Are you just... Oh, okay. Actually, never mind. I see that Monkey's looking like they're wanting to push in through B site, but the Trailblazer, I'm pretty sure, caught at least one of them, so they know that a B site push is coming out.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds. Spicy has this line ready. Not going to use it quite yet. Sunny Lee now goes to plant. He's trying to hold his back while the spike is planted.
Out of here.
Ooh. Seekers getting right in the faces
One enemy remaining.
of the Sharks. And one final elimination. The Wolves tie it up.
I would like to point out that at least they did force out Seekers. They got some picks, and it was a huge eco round for them. And they got the spike planted. So it could have been worse. I don't think that was a we're playing to win this one. I think this is we're playing to kill as many people as possible, get as many ults out as possible. And
Kekonen is fancying an Odin. Though I can understand more so in this, like, you're looking at B here. You know, you've got very tight hallways, very, you know, very secure choke points. A few wallbang opportunities here and there. I think it can make more sense.
yeah, it's just look at where everyone's pushing.
They're all going for it.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
So Corkle's facing himself up against Kekonen, who just from the rain of bullets is making it so Sharks have to go through the door. Where it's right into Jabe's waiting hands.
One less.
Oh. What? I have so many questions. Hey, you know what, Crunchwrap? You made it work. It's alright. Your team is now just you and...
One enemy remaining.
Yeah. Now it's just you. It's not gonna be just you any longer.
They demand a fight. Who are we to disobey?
At least they got the op kill, but swing together into that op. Stop single peeking the op.
Kill all your opponents.
Now the question I have for you, Jacob, is are
Yeah.
the Wolves going to be able to actually
Scanning ahead.
round this out quickly rather than having 17 rounds where they don't win?
Well, we know it was the Sharks actually who had the 17
Yeah.
where they didn't win.
Spike
So
down,
I
C.
think everything for the Wolves is looking pretty peachy here.
That's what I'm saying. So
Sharks are on a save round. It's
Take flight.
getting very close to the half. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm going to call it. I think the Wolves go 8-4.
all right.
Sunny Lee moving up through mid is going to run right into that brim. Takes him out. Wow, the headshot game from Sunny Lee.
Two of them. Unfortunately, though, Jake did wait patiently for you. Pat's going to get the plan. 3v2, and the tour de force has been pulled out by Jabe.
That's really hard to use on B, though.
Yeah. I'm not positive when it was procced, because I didn't hear the voice line unless it's a UI glitch, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, Jabe has the tour de force.
Oh, Kekonen didn't see him.
Last player standing.
Turns his back. Okay, so it's nice to know my prediction is immediately proven false. But I'll still say the Wolves lead. There were a couple kind of crucial mistakes that were made in there by the Wolves, so especially Keegan in here. He wasn't checking all of his angles. In fact, I saw the shoulder of one of the Sharks from where he was looking. So had he been not quite so eager to move up to the high ground, he would have been able to call out the position of one of the Sharks.
So I guess my warning needs to be don't show your ankles and don't show your shoulders now.
Ankles and shoulders are completely prohibited.
Time. Spicy with the Trailblazer is going to see that there is at least a Cypher cage blocking a lot of the
You want to
vision
fight it?
out towards C site, but the question is, how are they? Okay, just gonna rotate in using that astral wall. Cosmic Divide has come down. Monkey Mode is gonna put the spike down as well.
Spike planted.
There's Fury.
Oh,
Spy the wolves for a bit of post plant.
I think it only did damage to the KO from the Shark Squad. Keep
Not
going
ready.
in.
Revealing area.
Nice start by the Sharks. Defuse is going to go down, and hey, you can just body block with the ult. Well, I was thinking you could.
The answer is apparently we will not. Paranoia goes down.
Oh, there it is.
Conan gets one. Kinetic goes down. Conan's still alive. Still
Player
can spray
standing.
out.
One enemy
Yeah, it's
remaining.
just spray alone that allows them to defuse.
Last round in the half.
Conan is going to be wisely cautious after that defuse. He's not even going to take the 1-on-1. He's going to say that keeping that Odin is a bit more important. The Sharks also, I got to say, they've had a bit of trouble finding ways to use their ultimates as well. This Cypher's been sitting on his Neural Theft for a long time.
Well, now we can say it's use it or lose it round. So Cypher, get a pick. We're gonna let someone else get a pick and we'll find the boards.
They're going to start out by using Command Null. And the Showstopper. A bit of everything.
Okay.
Although, okay, I see. Korkos has the opportunity here in close quarters, right there, and it gets Kinetic.
Also dropped one of the other, I think it dropped that Brimstone down to sub half health. But it's important to stagger your ultimates a little bit, guys. When I said use it or lose it, I didn't mean 3 of you hit it all at once, but it's pseudo working
One
out right
enemy
now. There's
remaining.
only 2 wolves left standing, 1 wolf left standing. It's just be spicy. They go down, and now we're in a 6v6 tie as we enter the next half.
Switching sides.
So Sharks had a pretty interesting start. Last time they've had a good record on the pistol round, so we'll see if that carries over in the second half. It was just ultimately it was the ults. They just used all of them at once and overwhelmed.
You can't really rely on hitting every Q to win a round, though.
Yeah, I know. That's not the best habit to develop.
Yeah.
Here. Here.
No B push plan in sight currently for the Sharks. Looks like they're gonna go for C site. Oracles might, I was gonna say might find someone that, but instead Jabe is gonna pick them up. Sharks are down 1, and rotation to C is still happening. Trailblazer gets pulled by the tripwire, which clears open the path for the rest of the team. Very interesting.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Even the Sharks' record of just tearing through on the pistols alive, but Kinetic might have something to say about that. My goodness. With the Frenzy, has already gotten a triple. Defuse is going to go out. He manages to stick it. Even though Kinetic takes him out.
I mean, it was worth it. It's just pistols.
That's going to give Kinetic the ability to maybe buy something a bit more interesting down the line.
That goes there. Yes, this should do. This goes here.
Goes down, front trap Supreme. Oh,
Spike down B.
gets rid of fear. Kinetic also.
Satchel out.
One enemy remaining.
Flash out!
So the Sharks off to a good start.
This is where they lost it last round.
But
though.
this is where they lost it. That's the thing. You finished my sentence for me.
We just gotta be honest here. We're not trying to favor anyone in particular, but credit where it's due. The Wolves, this is where they brought things back in their favor more than once. Kinetics looking to go through, clear out B site where there is absolutely not a soul. And again, the tripwire is going to hold back the Trailblazer over to C site.
My camera is... I must wait a moment.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Wow.
Flawless.
Wolves fight back in the most forceful way possible. Sharks aren't going to be able to bonus with necessarily anything. Although that is to be expected, it's a 2-1 opening. This next round is really going to decide whether we see the same pattern the Sharks have fallen victim to rear its ugly head.
Yeah, I'm on the same page as you, Fear. That looks creepy.
Grenade!
Nade thrown out early through A. Gonna use the door to move a bit farther up toward the Wolves, but the Wolves seem to have called this pretty well. As long as they don't fall victim,
Every time.
Every
Every
time.
time. Had you just stared at that angle a little longer, I think you would have seen Jabe.
Mode is also hanging out ready to peek
Spike
behind
planted.
the smoke. A bit of fire through the smoke, though, making it risky for him. And Jabe gets him right.
Ouch! Satchel out. Satchel out.
Oracle's find
One
two.
enemy
Contract
remaining.
found one. Cat's found one. It's just Kinetic left standing. Contract gonna swing, peek, and spray fire to find the confirmed kill. Oh, Sharks!
Not your day, is it?
Getting closer to match point. The question is, how long are they going to hold on to it? Just a 2-round
I'm not getting the
lead.
message. Leave it to me. I'll rough them up.
And I think this is now an opportunity for the Wolves to full buy.
Suppressing. One suppressed.
That knife just forced back everybody. Oh, what? in the-
It's no doubt Cypher looking through his camera sometimes. We can get a bit of an audio distortion just because Cypher is doing Cypher things. While the Wolves seem to be going for a full push on A, that's where a lot of people are focused, so this could be a very messy fight.
I've got your trail.
They're going to start out with the Seekers to initiate it. Q is immediately going to have the Sharks rotating over to A.
Grenade.
Molly's going to be thrown towards high KO. Push back anyone.
Oh, that's a great play by Kinetic.
Cover going out.
Proc is burned. Cat's found 2. We hear Omen use their ultimate as well. 3-on-3. Spike plant just yet. Trailblazer is burned.
30 seconds left.
Spike is unfortunately down in
One
the middle
enemy
of sight,
remaining.
So opportunity for the Wolves to take it back is very slim, but Be Spicy on the high ground. Gonna say might be able to get a pick or two, but Be Spicy is gonna go down as well. Yikes. Ooh, and we can just see here based off of what weaponry is being pulled out.
Destroy them again.
The Wolves' economy is painful right now.
Oh! I can't use that.
Oh boy, yikers. That was a grotesque 1v2. It's a save round for the Wolves and what again? Why is no one just taking out
Camera taken out.
the tripwire that has not moved on C site entry this entire series?
Spike planted.
Flashbang.
I'm wondering if the Sharks were aware that this was an eco round for the Wolves because they've given up a lot of space and are being very hesitant to walk into point right now.
3 kills.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, the Wolves played pickup game on that one, and now they've busted the economy for the side of the Sharks, who I am surprised that their economy is this broken.
Despite all their wins, don't have too much to show for it, and I'm also very nervous for them about Jabe on this op. Because multiple times Jabe wreaked terror onto the Sharks with the op. Take a peek out around through A. He's got the teleport lined up for it.
Do it.
I told. Oh! Well, 1-for-1 trade. The rest of the Wolves are going to back him up, though. They're all gathered in A lobby, which means that the op is not going to fall into Shark hands. Slowly moving up through A main. Technically, it's a 4-on-3.
Shadows
One of the Sharks is hanging out on C. Port goes out, activates the door.
Gonna use paranoia as well. Doesn't stop Crunchrock from picking up a trade. The Wolves are just down to 2 players left standing. It's gonna be Spicy and Kikonen, and they are running the heck away from A site, possibly looking to go to B.
30 seconds left.
People are already stationed here. Are you going to burn the tripwire or walk through it is my question. You're going to take down Sunni's set. That works, and now for the first time in a long time, the Trailblazer actually can move.
The dog has been let off the leash, although he also just gets shot down, which
Spike planted.
his bullets can also stop that as well. But the spike goes down. They can play a bit of close plant. They throw out a dart. Doesn't get any pings onto the Sharks. The corner, though, Be Spicy is holding this close.
Nowhere to run!
And they got the Hunter Spirit, too. They plan.
Still time to get this full defuse, though. At the end of the
Did they hear the audio cue? They might.
Last player
Okay.
standing.
Oh, just
One
barely.
enemy remaining.
It's half. Peek out from the corner, manages to get cats. And just barely finds the defuse. Goes up 11-8. So in this position, I would be comfortable in saying that this is now the Sharks' round to lose. I think they've got no one to blame but themselves if they don't pull this off, because it is that good of a lead.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with you on that front whatsoever. You're 8-11 lead here. You broke the economy of the Wolves.
Burn their ultimates.
That goes there.
They only have the orbital strike.
Theoretically speaking, this round should go to the Sharks, and we should be at match point at the start of the next round. Now, whether or not that does happen or not, I don't know.
Careful now.
Seek them out. Found one.
Out of
And
charges.
the first ult of many is used by the Sharks. Corkles gets the first pick with that showstopper. Wolves have their Omen taken out. It's a trade back to Corkles. Jade moving up. Bit far. Suddenly tries to jiggle peek him. Oh, that's a huge pick from Fear.
Right here.
Picked off by that blinding from the Hawk.
One enemy remaining.
It was a bit hairy there, but Wolves managed to do it. They go up to 9.
That was a half-fight round for the Wolves.
We're ready.
One of them had a Bucky.
Well, it's just good they didn't press A with the Bucky, because that's the one run route where I think it was probably not a wise call. Once they got the plant down and they were in close quarters, sure. But.
Yeah.
Out of charges.
But now, Sharks, Wolves have full buy. Wolves want to get you guys with half buy. I am getting concerned at this point.
In both games last week, the Wolves started down 4-0 before starting to come back to overtake the Sharks. Will history repeat itself here today?
Well divided.
Plant the spike. Scanning ahead.
Grenade.
Spike planted.
Rolling Thunder. It's going to get procced through the Sharks. Shit, it's going to be doable.
For hellfire!
Orbital Strike might have picked up one. It did pick up Suni Lee anyway. I have some...
Nice flip from Kinetic, but Monkey Mode is still picking up some by just firing through the smoke. Monkey with the
Last player standing.
Oh, but Jade is there as the anchor. Gets a double, and Wolves bring it back to within 1 round.
This is not what we had hoped for, Sharks.
Taking a look, Sharks is going to be, they're going to be forced onto a full save round. One of them has a Bucky and that's it. There are 2 Buckies actually brought out, so if it worked out for the Wolves, maybe it'll work out for the Sharks. Not quite sure. Kinetic slowly moving up. Sunny Lee is going to try to ambush him, but Kinetic has other ideas. He's not going to push through that hallway after all.
Crunchtrap once again with the Bucky worked out on the last save round for the Wolves, and Jabe's gonna pick up Corkles out the gate. We've got another Bucky on Suni Lee, but you gotta really hold close angles with the Bucky, and unfortunately Suni Lee is just the open end of a barrel. Ferg finds Crunchtrap, and Sharks are just down to 2 left standing.
Wow, flawless by the Wolves to tie it up.
What happened, Sharks? What happened?
possibly go into overtime. And more importantly for the Wolves, tour de force has now been brought online by them. Sharks still having the same problem they did last time with this Cypher is, yes, tripwires have been hidden every now and then, but that neural theft has just been sitting there.
Knife deployed. Three
Thrown
suppressed.
out, that catches a lot of Wolves.
I think Suni Lee has struggled to get close to finding a corpse.
No one walks away.
I mean, they did buff the distance in which it can hit, so it's not as difficult as it once was, but... Kinetic through smoke. Yes, gets Crunchwrap Supreme. Wolves up 5-4.
Cover going out.
You want to play?
Spike
Let's
planted.
play.
Stealing sight.
The spike is down, and the Wolves are up currently by 2. Monkey mode, I don't know where Kinetic is down there, and Kinetic manages to get the kill. It's a trade at the end, because Cats will find them. Sharks just have
Last
two
player
members left
standing.
standing. One member left standing as B Spicy finds Suni Lee. I think Suni Lee was looking to actually get the neural theft.
Just it.
Cats finds one, B Spicy goes down, Cats goes down.
Leaving area.
And now we are at
Match point.
Sharks are going to have to stage a rally from here on out. Nerdy's head is hitting the desk.
How? How? You had the econ advantage! You forced them into a light/economy round, and you lost to Bucky's!
It was the problem they had last week, and it seems to be a problem that's rearing its head again. They can get off to good starts, they just can't close it out against the Wolves. One last round possibility for the Wolves to win this. Thrown out. Finds someone through the camera.
I've got your trail.
Now Seekers give the Wolves a whole lot of information.
And a whole lot of information that tells them to run the heck away. Unfortunately, Kinetic does not shadow step to the right spot, does go down. Wolves down 1-8 is very
There's
early.
the theft.
Finally, the bald man is out!
2 pings are going to go on to the Wolves, letting Sharks know they're rotating over to A. Plant. Place down.
Spike planted.
Presence detected. Kikonen has to make... Oh, he sees the jump out. Oh, man, goes out to the judge to take out B Spicy. Jay picks up a double. It's a 3-on-1, and we are indeed moving to overtime.
I'll make nuggets, okay. What went
Switching
wrong?
sides.
What
Overtime.
went wrong?
Question I'm sure the Sharks will be asking
1 second,
a whole
peeps.
lot in
I
their
gotta
VOD
visit the
reviews.
Astral to play some stuff.
Now, Jabe has gone directly for the op. Since we're in overtime, you can purchase the op, but you have to forego shields entirely if you want to use it.
It's a valid strategy I've seen work out for many people in the past.
And I think they're all kind of signaling that they want to charge onto A. That's exactly where Jabe is setting up, and he's caught them multiple times on A beforehand with the ult. He gets concussed, just barely gets away from the swarm grenades. He's going to take that healing eagerly. Gets healed back up to full health, though. So basically reset everything.
Spike planted.
Shock dart. Scanning ahead.
Wow, Crunchtrap pretty intentional Wolves on guard, but Jade. Oh, they brought it back, and another shot from Jade. It's 2-2 in B.
Shadows traveling. Still in sight.
Oh, he might just try to stick it.
One enemy
Throw
remaining.
stick. You said, Nerdy.
They do. Jabe, don't fail us now, Jabe.
He
You gotta
does
get
it!
All right.
Last player standing.
Now the question is, it always seems in overtime.
Switching sides. Match
Defense
point.
is favored. So the fact that they won on defense, the Wolves, it's not surprising to me. Now the question is, can they do it on offense?
It's a little bit different, I would say, though, on these three-point maps because the defense has to usually be spread out a little bit more. In fact, we've seen multiple times when Boise State has had overtime on maps such as Haven. It's actually been offense that has been favored for both teams.
You make a very fair point. I had forgotten about that aspect.
So Wolves could just have it right here, right now, everything they need to close it out. Ready to move through A, Crunchtrap Supreme.
Crunchtrap is posted. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Here.
Oh.
I know these are jump peaks, but it still makes me nervous.
Enemy tagged.
Gets hit with the dart as well.
I believe Crunchtrap is fine. I think they might have taken a chip of damage, but that's about it.
Just a minor chip at that. Door being used by Jade and dislodges monkey mode. Wolves have it in their wheelhouse, and Jabe is just there as the decoy. And that one pick, I think, is going to keep Sharks posted up on A, whereas everyone else moving over to C. C is clear, and they're going to get the chance to plant. Goes through the smoke, a bit of pre-fire through.
Shadows
Goes this way. Oh! I don't even know what Corkles was doing there. He was just walking through. Looking forward, not even checking the angles.
Like, Corkles had those running blinders that horses have on at
He
them.
looked like a Yoru decoy.
Yes!
One enemy remaining.
Well, I mean, one final Hunter's Fury. Cats has to do, he has to have 9 lives at this point, but I think his lives are up. They go for the 9
No more to oppose
and
us.
just take
Attackers
3-on-1 advantage, and Wolves win it. What a game. Well, the March Gauntlet Games LAN is hosted at Akron University. The free event offers players a chance to compete in both Rocket League and Fortnite in the state-of-the-art Akron Esports Arena. Score University swag and other fantastic prizes. Sign up at esportstower.com/gauntletgames-Akron. And now we get the chance to nominate a player of the game, someone we think who stood out especially. Who are you looking at, Nerdy?
I'm looking at Jabe right now.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say.
I think if we're both agreeing on that production, if you don't agree with us, you're going to make us look really, really bad. So
It wouldn't be the
they
first
just
time.
started laughing from production.
Because they know. They've done this to us multiple times. It's made us look like complete fools.
Guys, please.
Yep, it's Corkles.
Okay, you know what? Corkles had pop-off moments too, but man, I'd like to be right like 1/3 of the time on these, and I think I'm shooting a solid 1/8.
Ultimately, though, great work for Corkles. He was the powerhouse for the Sharks. So congratulations to him for getting the player of the game. It's brought to you by Esports Tower. If you want to hone your skills and prove you have what it takes to play at the next level, then head over to esportstower.com and sign up to be a part of the action. Corkles is your Esports Tower player of the game. So now as we prepare to close out this match, Nerdy, do you have any big takeaways?
Check your angles still. We have players very guilty of not doing that. Additionally, understand your win condition for what you're going into. Like, you shouldn't be losing on double eco rounds into shotguns. Like, come on, guys. Please, I beg of you.
All valid points, but congratulations to all of our teams for a fantastic spring Valorant kickoff. The Wolves claim the first title, but who will be the next champion? You'll have to tune in next week to find out. 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday for another Esports Tower Valorant Rumble. And if you want to improve your game and your skill level, then signups are available right now on Esports Tower for a free starter club in Rocket League. Start improving your skills right away. Head to esportstower.com. But for now, we'll leave you with the top 5 plays of the game, and we hope you have a good one. Skin gets the first pick. Can I borrow this?
Yeah, of course.
I'm not even going to borrow the thing, just the piece of paper inside.
Go for it.
And yeah, you can just go to an Office Depot and get a new one.
Doc gave that to me, so.
Oh, okay. Well, this is your notebook, but I'm going to just balance the paper. Borrow the paper. Balance the paper.
I don't know. Apparently, you think that these teams need a financial advisor as well.
I'm going to write them up, audit them.